the scene in the Pacific Ocean on July 24th, 1969. The Apollo 11 capsule splashed down following its trip to the moon and back. And the first Navy SEAL frogman into the water to help rescue the astronauts was a then 20-year-old named John Wofram from Fort Atkinson. He attached a sea anchor to the capsule before being joined by his fellow teammates. 50 years later, that Navy frogman joins us here on Live at 4 with a story to tell.
John Wofram, welcome to Live at 4.
Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to meet you. That video is so incredible to watch. Where were you on the video?
I was the first guy in the water. Swam up to the capsule. I'm the one that attached the sea anchor, which was a small parachute, and then I was supposed to look in that hatch window to see if the astronauts were okay. They gave me a thumbs up, and then several helicopters up there was some NASA officials, and we gave them the thumbs up that they were okay.
How the heck does a 20-year-old from Fort Atkinson be the guy that jumps in the water to meet these guys that just got back from the moon?
2 years out of high school.
Yeah, I guess just right place at the right time. I went through a Navy SEAL training there in Buds, right at 68. Went to Vietnam for one tour. Came back, and it was time for the Apollo 10 and 11 recoveries, and our team was chosen, and I ended up being one of the guys.
You are leaning on the capsule.
That was me with the flowers, that's right.
Now, what is the story about the flowers?
1960s, folks.
Okay.
You know, it was a very tumultuous time, the Vietnam War, the racial tension, all these things going on. And the Apollo event was kind of a peaceful moment. We wanted to make a statement in the middle of that, you know. And so the hippie movement was, you know, flowers, peace, you know.
So is it true that whoever was closest was going to be the first person to get Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin? Was it just serendipity that you were first, or?
We were chosen to be the primary team. There was 3 rescue groups that could have got in the water. Each one was prepared. We were the furthest away, but the capsule turned upside down, and it took a few minutes for it to upright. And so our helicopter was able to get on the scene. The helicopter that was hovering over the capsule thinking that they were going to get in the water were told to move. And our primary team was on location, and the rest is history.
Were you just doing your job, or was there butterflies? Were you nervous?
You know, you rehearse this thing so many times. We rehearsed dozens of times in Coronado, San Diego Bay. We joined the Hornet out in Hawaii and you know, worked with them for a couple weeks. So we were so into this that it was just second, you know, nature to do this.
Where in the Pacific were you?
Between Hawaii and Guam somewhere, Samoa, I guess, way out there in the middle of the Pacific.
There you are in the water.
That's incredible. Look at this video. And were you watching it on the helicopter?
No, there was no view there. In fact, you know, back in the 60s, no satellite TV, so we just had updates from NASA and so forth.
What was going through your mind when you looked in that capsule?
Well, it was exciting to think that I was the first guy to jump in the water, to see the astronauts who just got back from the moon. It was good to see that they were okay. They were smiling and had a thumbs up. So
when you looked in the window, were all of them giving you the thumbs up? Who did you see?
Well, Armstrong was the first one out, so I'm assuming that was him right near the door.
Did you keep in touch with the astronauts?
I've got mementos. Armstrong sent me a picture that said, "To John Wofram, who shared in our great adventure," but I've never met him in person outside of you know.
Really? That's the only time you ever met?
Yeah.
Wow. And this is one of the astronauts, obviously.
That's one of the astronauts going up in that Billy Pugh net.
And we think the pilot of this helicopter is from Madison as well.
That would be Don Jones piloting that helicopter, and one of the frogmen are from Chippewa Falls. That was Clancy.
What are the odds of this?
3 Wisconsin guys. That's incredible.
Yeah. Clancy was the biological isolation swimmer. He was the one that washed down the capsule.
Because they're afraid of contamination or whatever.
Yeah, moon pathogens. You know, they said they did find one, but we got it. It was called the lunatic.
Well, what a story.
It is an incredible story.
That's not true, folks.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
I wish I could introduce you to my dad. He did Bud's training too, and he would love to meet you. It's an incredible part of history.
Tell him I appreciate his service.
You live in Atlanta now?
Powder Springs, Atlanta, right out there. Yes, sir.
Have a safe trip home.
Welcome
Thank you very
back
much.
to Wisconsin, John. It's an honor to meet you.
Okay.
Still to come at 4. Up until now, no company was competing with Tesla.